My ex-mother-in-law sent her church friends to harass my daughters and me. I have now exposed her family to her church community, and she's getting shamed and shunned at church. My 46-years-old female daughters, 17 and 15, have a strained relationship with my ex-husband's parents, 78-years-old male and 80-years-old female. My ex passed away in an accident last year, and we've had some major family drama since, due to his cheating, and him leaving 2 boys born with his affair partner orphaned. She also died. Part of the drama has been my ex-in-laws trying to get custody of my daughters, and them also trying to live with us. First one we're going to court over, second one will never happen. Where we live there's a weekend market with fresh produce, eggs, meats and other products straight from farmers. This week was extra special since it was my youngest daughter's birthday. Since her party is later in the month, I decided to give her a budget and set her loose on the market to get whatever she wanted, mostly chocolate and sweets. After an hour, I did start getting worried, and just before I called her, she called me. She was crying, saying some weird people had cornered her. I ran to her with my oldest daughter to find 6 older women berating her for being unchristian, for refusing to spend time with her paternal grandparents, or for not wanting to be a good big sister to her poor orphaned baby brothers. My daughters are the ones that found out about my ex cheating, and the babies. So they aren't fond of the kids. It's trauma, and they are working with a therapist. I got between the group and my daughter, told my eldest to go pay for the stuff her sister had, and to go to the car. Then I turned to the women, some who I knew from when we went to my ex-in-law's church, and let them have it. They told me I was worse for refusing to obey my ex-in-laws like a good Christian wife bath. Eventually the screaming got too loud, and we were all asked to leave the market. I met with my girls in the car, the women following me like a group of vultures. I managed to get in the car and drove away. After my girls went to bed, I got online to talk to another member of that church that I'm on good terms with. I told him what happened, and after he apologized, he told me what was going on. My ex-mother-in-law had posted a massive story in the church's Facebook group about how horrible my daughters and I are, how we were leaving them homeless and penniless. They inherited my ex's personal bank account and his life insurance, and how my daughters don't even talk to them. She also accused us of being the reason she lost her grandsons. The boys are now living with distant relatives of my ex-husband. Basically, it was a sob story worthy of a Hallmark movie, and of course, they were getting all the love and support from the more extremist members of their church. This church and its members are a bit annoying, especially on LGBTQ topics, but they have a small saving grace. They are incredibly strict about cheating. It's a big no, husband or wife, no exceptions. So how did she avoid exposing the affair while blaming me for not raising the affair children? She claimed the other woman was our surrogate, since I was supposedly unable to have more children, then said I didn't want the babies because they were boys, which is absolutely disgusting to be accused of. Well, I decided it was time to clean up this mess, and since I was mid-divorce when my ex died, I had all the evidence I needed, and since the divorce wasn't finalized, I had no legal restrictions on releasing any of it. The next day I went to a print shop and got copies of all the delightful pictures of my ex cheating, his text conversations with his affair partner, messages from his parents supporting him, the harassment I received from them during the divorce, and the crown jewel, all the emails and texts bullying my daughters about the babies. In one of those messages, they literally called my daughters bastards and said it was their fault their father died, because they told me about the affair, and I began the divorce. That message was sent 2 days after he died. I paid extra to have everything printed on high-quality paper. Then I spent hours making personalized binders. They look just like the little hymn packets the church hands out. The first page of each binder, a picture of my ex and his side woman making out in our living room. Their faces were clearly visible, and she looked nothing like me. Different skin tone, different hair color. Below the image I wrote my ex-husband's name and his affair partner's name. Love story. I dropped them off before service at the back desk where they keep extra hymn packets. Nobody checks them. The gossip mill turned fast. The names my ex and his affair partner were called on Facebook were so harsh, the pastor had to step in just to keep things PG-13. People were furious at my ex-in-laws for how they treated my daughters, but what made me laugh was how they still blamed me for the divorce. Only now, they said it was understandable that I lost my way from the shock, and maybe someday I'd return to the light. Unlike my cheating husband and his Jezebel, they used another word, But I won't say it here. I got 2 apology letters in the mail for my girls, and an invitation to return to the church for support. As for my ex-in-laws, they were shamed into leaving the church. My ex-mother-in-law made a post about how alienated she felt, how no one cares for the elderly anymore, and how she wished her great son was still alive, because he would have taken care of her and her husband. With what money, I don't know, since I was the breadwinner. And for anyone wondering about the will, my ex-husband had told me he named our daughters as the beneficiaries, but it turns out he had named his parents instead. I never pushed to be named myself, because my own will already had my daughters listed, not him.